بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Inshallah, today we are looking at Al-Asma'ul Ishara. Al-Asma'ul Ishara. And this is lesson number 7, right? Of the grammar lessons. Okay. So we have Asma'ul Ishara. Asma'ul Ishara. So the last time we looked at some of the Asma'ul Ishara, but we haven't looked at all of them. There were a few remaining Asma'ul Ishara that we didn't look at. Inshallah, in this lesson, we'll have an overview of all of them. Inshallah. So let's start. Al-Asma'ul Ishara. ما معنى أسماء الإشارة؟ أو ما هو أسماء الإشارة? What is Asma'ul Ishara? If you can remember from the small thing we have learned before about it, what is it? Asma'ul Ishara. As you can see here, the demonstrative pronoun. The demonstrative pronoun. Asma'ul Ishara is also called term as the demonstrative pronoun in English. So if you are demonstrating to something or you are pointing to something, you say this is so and so. This is a house. That is a masjid. Okay, and that is a school. So as you are saying this, that, these words are all termed as demonstrative pronoun that you use to what? To demonstrate or to point to something. And in Arabic we call it as what? Asma'ul Ishara. Right? Okay. Ishara is actually to point. Okay. Ishara is actually what? To point. Pointing. Okay. So, for example, in the Quran, if you can remember, in Surah Al-Maryam, right? Surah Al-Maryam, right? When, Isa alayhi salatu wasalam was young in the cradle, right? And her mother was holding her. So, when she came to the people with the child, so they were asking where from the child, right? They were trying to, to question her. So they were questioning her. So Allah says in the Quran that asharat ilay. Okay, asharat ilay. She pointed to her. So it is coming from this, same origin. Okay, ashara yushiru, to point to something. Okay, so that is basically what we term as the asma'ul ishara. Okay, they are just asma, the plural of ism. Okay, pronouns that are used to point to things, right? So as you can see here, we have misal. An example is the misal. So haza talibun. Okay, this is a student. There is someone who is close to you and the person is a student. So you are pointing to him, this is a student. So say haza talibun. Okay, now you have here zalika kitabun. Zalika kitabun. Okay, that is a book. That is a book. Meaning the book is what? It's far away. Subsequently we have seen that, right? Okay. So all these are what term as Asma'ul Ishara. Okay. So this is, a short table that consists of the Asma'ul Ishara that we have in the Arabic language, as you can see them here, right? We have a table for that. So we have group each based on its closeness, whether it is close or whether it is far. If you can remember the last time we said qaribun means what? Close, and then ba'idun means far. So lil qarib, asma'ul ishara lil qarib, asma'ul ishara for close objects, meaning for close objects. So this asma'ul ishara, these ones, they are used for close objects only. And then here lil ba'id, for far away objects, meaning far away objects, for far away objects. So all what you are seeing here are used for far away objects only, right? Okay. So as you can see here, we have 1, This means masculine. The M means masculine. I abbreviated it, right? It's just an abbreviation. So M means masculine. F means what? Feminine, right? Okay, and then here, masculine and feminine, both, right? So you see here, one masculine, just one object, if it is masculine, or even if it is a human being who is masculine in gender, in terms of gender, and it is close, okay, use haza, right? So haza is for one masculine close object. Of course, everything here is close, as you can see the qarib. And hazihi is used for one feminine. We have seen haza and then we have seen hazihi, right? So haza for one masculine, hazihi for one feminine. And then you have dual, okay, when there are two masculine or two males, and then two females or two feminine objects, whether they are objects or they are human. And then if it is 3 plus, that's plural. So here is just singular, masculine and feminine. Then we have here dual, dual. These are dual, masculine and feminine. So that's why you see two. Then we have plural here. Okay. So when they are dual and there are two male, I told you previously, it will be what? Hazani. Hazani. Okay. So for example, Firaun said when Allah sent Musa alayhi salatu wasalam and his brother Harun to Firaun. So he said, Inna hazani la sahirani uridani an yukhrijakum min ardikum bi sihrihima. Inna hazani. Indeed, these two, meaning two people. The sahirani, they are magicians. Okay, they are only magicians. They are not really prophets from Allah. That was the claim he made. So he used this one, hazani, two people. So for two people. So this is used for just two people, hazani. And then we have here hatani. It's also for two, but female. So when you are talking about, or when you are talking to two female, use this one. Or when you are talking about two female, so two female, students, use this one. Okay, hatani. Or even, feminine objects that are not even human. Okay, feminine objects, two feminine objects, use this one. Okay, then we have here plural, jumu or jam'un, plural, right? So when there are 3 plus, 3 or more, I told you previously that asma'ul ishara for plural is only one. Ha'ulai is used for both masculine and feminine. I told you when they are plural, the asma'ul ishara that is used is for both masculine and feminine. It's the same thing that is used for masculine, and it is the same thing that is used for feminine when they are plural. So when you have several boys standing, you see ha'ulai. Okay, the same way when you have several girls standing, you use ha'ulai. Okay. I hope that is clear. So ha'ulai is used for both masculine and feminine, but plural, 3 or more. I hope that is clear. So that is for qarib, close objects. Okay. Now lil ba'id, for far away objects, or even for far away, human beings or whatever we are pointing to. So lil ba'id, zalika. So you can see zalika here. Zalika, one masculine. We are still going with this one. So one masculine, lil ba'id, for far away, use zalika. So zalika, that meaning what? Far away. So for example, Allah says, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ. So you see, the kitab there is what? Is masculine, but far away. I hope that is clear. So Allah use ذَلِكَ, that. Okay. For example, another example, ذَلِكَ يَوْمُ الْجَمْعُ. Okay, ذَلِكَ الْيَوْمُ الْجَمْعُ. That is the day of what? Of gathering, judgment day. So Allah use ذَلِكَ to point, like it's not just tomorrow. And even the time the time the Quran came, 1400 years ago. So that was a far away distance. Okay, So Allah uses ذلك, far away. I hope that is clear. And what you are talking about should be what? Should be masculine. So masculine, feminine. Okay. Then we have here tilka. Tilka is used for feminine, far away. We have seen this. We are just studying them into, and we are adding certain things. Okay, so tilka, we have studied hazihi, zalika, tilka, but we didn't study these sessions. Okay, so we have tilka, right? We have tilka here. Tilka, similarly, is just hazihi, but for far away. Okay, one feminine, tilka, one feminine, lil ba'id. So when you are talking about one thing that is feminine, an irregular object or even a human being that is far away, use tilka. I hope that is clear. Then you have here, when it is dual masculine, you use zanika, and then dual feminine, far away, again, lil ba'id, you use tanika, okay. And then we have the jumu or the jamu, that's the plural. If it is far away, use ulaika, okay, ulaika. Hope that is clear. So haulai is used for close, plural, whether masculine or feminine. And then ulaika is used for far away, plural, whether masculine or feminine. I hope that is clear. Okay. So let's continue, right? There's no, confusion here. Okay. So this is just a brief classification of the Asma'ul Ishara that we have. Okay. So we have here again, we are continuing. I'rabuhu. Ma i'rabuhu. What is i'rab? Ma i'rabuhu. I'rabu maza. I'rab of what? This Asma'ul Ishara. What is the i'rab of the Asma'ul Ishara? So that's what they're saying. Ma i'rabuhu. Okay. Is i'rab. This who is a pronoun. That means is. So it is just i'rabun. And then you attach it. I'rabuhu is i'rab. And that pronoun is referring back to Asma'ul Ishara. So i'rab of Asma'ul Ishara. So i'rabuhu is i'rab. So kulluha, all of them, kulluha, all of them, mabniyatun, all of them are mabni. We look at what we mean by mabni and mu'arrab, right? So kulluha mabniyatun, all of them are mabni illa al-musanna, except the dual. So let me go back and you see they are saying all what you can see here are mabni, meaning the vowel on their last letter doesn't change. Illa al-musanna, except the dual. So the exception is where? This part, the dual. Hazani, hatani, zanika, tanika. The dual. Two masculine, two feminine. Lil qarib and then lil ba'id. This part. That is the exception. Okay. Apart from that, the singular and then the plural, they change. They don't change. They are mabni. But these ones, they are mu'arrab, the dual. Where you have the two. They are what? They are dual. I'm saying they are dual. They are mu'arrab. They are not mabni. I hope that is clear. So let's look at an example. Fi hazal kitabi. Let me show you an example here. We have here fi hazal kitabi. I hope that is clear. There is one thing I want to explain here. Please observe. You see this haza, it is an ism ishara. So we have just learned that kulluha mabniyatun. All of them are mabni except the dual. So this is not a dual, it is singular. So it is mabni, it doesn't change. So this harf jar will never affect the haza. So the haza won't have kasra on the last letter. But what will happen is that you can see that this is a badal, a noun with alif wa lam coming after ism ishara. هذا الكتاب, this book. So في هذا الكتاب, in this book. Okay. So when that happens, when a badal, I mean an ism ishara with a noun having alif wa lam is preceded by a harf jar, the harf jar is not affected, but the noun that is coming, that is going with the ism ishara, okay, to form the badal, or the noun which is with the ism ishara to form the badal will rather take the kasra. I hope that is clear. So here you can see that this one, this haza is badal. Sorry, I'm saying badal. It's mabni. It is mabni, so there won't be kasra. Okay, even though it is mabni, but the kasra will go to the next one, to the next. I mean the noun that is following it. If only it is badal who. If it is badal only. Okay, so please take note of that. So that is why you see here having kasra, even though the harf jar is not in between here, it's not here. Okay, but the kasra has, or the majrur, it is majrur because of this one, because this one can take it, and this one is badal with it. All right. So the same thing here, fi zalika al-kitabi. Okay, fi zalika al-kitabi. I'm saying that this zalika, this kitab will take the kasra. Why? Because the zalika is mabni, it is fixed, it doesn't change. Its last letter doesn't change. La tatagayyar, it doesn't change. So what will happen is that if it is badal with a noun, badal means a noun with alif wa lam coming after ism ishara. So if the following noun is not only a noun with alif wa lam, we have looked at how to identify badal, and then in this book we learned 3 ways, right? I won't want to repeat them, so you can just check the previous lesson and then you get it. But this is the most common one, having alif wa lam. So when that happens, if it is badal with a particular noun, that noun will take the kasra, but the ism ishara will remain unaffected. It is mabni. Okay, so that is what we said here. Okay, then the last example, fi hazani. Okay, what we are trying to explain here in the last example, this last example, is this one, illa la musanna, except the dual. You can see here that we are having hazani. Okay, hazani. So if an ism ishara comes before the hazani, we said the dual, they are not mabni. Bima'na, the last letter, not necessarily the last letter, they can be majrur. Okay, they can be majrur. So that is what we haven't learned so far. We have only seen the cases where the last letter changed to kasra, but that is not the only way a noun could be majrur. Let me repeat again. For example, I've been telling you that when a noun is preceded by ism ishara, I'm saying ism ishara, but harf al-jar, the noun will take kasra. Okay, if the noun is mabni, is mu'arrab. If a mu'arrab noun is preceded by harf al-jar, it will take kasra. If a mu'arrab noun is mudaf ilay, it will take kasra. If a mu'arrab noun is preceded by zarf, it will take kasra on the last letter. It is not only kasra that shows that it is majrur, but so far that is only what we have learned. Okay, so that is what is happening here. I wouldn't want to explain it into details to bring a confusion. Why? Because there is a lesson that is dedicated for it. So I will not explain it much here, but just note that right now it is not only kasra that shows that a particular noun is majrur, meaning For example, it is preceded by a jar or something, or it is mudaf ilayh, or it is preceded by a zarf, or yani ashya and misl dhalik. So that is what you have to know. For example, here, let me give you an example. Here, you can see it is hazani, but if the harf jar comes after it, the noon will never, this alif, this one, this alif, will tend to yai. Okay, it will tend to this one. It will tend to this. Okay, so that is what is happening. So, for example, in the Quran, you have seen kitab, not okay, not in the Quran, but just you have seen like kitabani, 2 books, kitabani with this one, with the alif and noon. But if a fi comes, it will now be fi kitabaini, baini. You see the alif and noon, the alif will tend to yai, so it will now be kitabaini. The same way, if a fi comes here, it will now be fi hazaini, not fi hazani. It is original kesra, hazani. This one is originally having a kesra. This one, this one. So if a harf jar is coming here, fi, there's no way you can't change. It is already having kesra initially to begin with. So how you will indicate that it is majroor or it is preceded by something like a harf jar is that you have to change this hamza. I'm saying hamza, this alif to yai. Okay, so that is what has happened here. Okay, that is what has happened here in the last example here. Fi hazaini al-kitabaini. Okay, it is initial hazani. The yai was initially alif, hazani, but because the noon is original having kesra, hazani, it is original kesra. If the fi comes, you cannot put kesra again. It is already kesra. So there should be a sign in Arabic. There should be a sign to indicate that there is a jar before it. I mean, coming before it. So how do you now indicate that the alif that came before the noon, you will change it to yai? Okay, so hazayni. So that is another way of indicating that a noun is majroor. Most of the time, if the noun is ending with alif wa noon, and the noon is already having kesra, but there should be an indication. So that indication will be a change of the of the alif to yai, followed by the noon. I hope that is clear. As I said, at this one, I'm just brushing over it. But as I said, there is a lesson where we will study that. So don't get confused. Okay, this is not the actual lesson for that, but this is just something to brush over it. That concept, we'll learn it further in subsequent lessons, inshallah. So this is the end of the lesson on Asma'ul Ishara. I think we have looked at it. So in the next lesson, we'll look at, I think, Ism Mawsul, right? Asma'ul Mawsul, inshallah. So we'll end the lesson here, and then we'll continue in the next lesson. Barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'an al-Hakim. Wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bi ayatihi wa zikr al-Hakim. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.